Hello, boys and girls. This is week 5 of school. The first thing that you are to do this week, there is a video. It's called Line Video. It's the first thing in week 5. It's just a little video that shows you different types of lines that you would use in art. After you watch the little video, I would like you to practice some of the lines on some of your paper. If you have copy paper, you can even do some line paper. I don't like using line paper because I think it rips easy, and sometimes when you're doing art you make mistakes, and I know I make mistakes, and when I'm erasing sometimes I will rip my paper. So copy paper or drawing paper is a little bit heavier and you don't rip the paper as easily. So please practice doing some zigzag lines. This is a little bit tricky. I move my arm, I hang on to the pencil like I normally do. The thumb is pushing your pencil against your first 2 fingers, but with this one, I'm kind of using a little bit of my arm as well as my hand. That's called a zigzag line. A loop line is where it's very fun. You can make loops. They can be big loops, they can be little loops. Just move your hand across and then go up and around. You can make loops that go down. It's up to you. But this is a good exercise to get control, good muscles in your hands. You can even do a loop up. Now this is the tricky part, and a loop down. Don't get frustrated. We are practicing. Remember, art is something you practice just like anything else. So we have zigzag lines, loop lines. You guys know how to do straight lines. You know how to do dashed lines. You just pick your pencil up after you draw a little tiny line and put it together. Look, if I make another straight line, I made a road. Cool, huh? So we have a few lines. These lines, pardon me, will be lines that you're going to be using on our project this week. We're going to be putting a few lines along with some shapes to create a pumpkin. I'm going to turn my paper over to save paper. Whoops, I wrote notes on that side. That's not good. You're going to draw a big oval, because this is going to be a pumpkin. Pumpkins can be a low, flat, squished oval, or you could draw your oval like that, tall. That's up to you. You decide how your pumpkin's going to be. Do you want it to sit up like this, or do you want it to be wider and a little bit shorter? I'm going to keep my pumpkin like this. I'm going to draw a rectangle. Now it's a little crooked, and I did that on purpose. It doesn't have to be crooked. You could do it perfectly straight. Rectangle on top of yours. On your assignment page of Mrs. Wagner's homepage, it's with the video. It's the same page that has the video for this video, and it has the video for lines. You'll see examples. I put 2 examples of pictures of pumpkins, just so you can look at to see what a pumpkin looks like. If you would like to put some of the lines, those creases that you see on a pumpkin, think about your pumpkin as being curved. So you would want to make your lines kind of curved. The center one could be straight, and then the ones on this side would be curved like this side of the pumpkin. See how it's round like that on that side? You would make a curve like that. Not necessarily straight lines all the way across, because the lines from the pumpkin go from the stem, which is this rectangle up here, to the bottom. If you look at a pumpkin, a real pumpkin, and you roll over, very careful. If you have an adult, they can help you. Look where all those lines meet. They meet at the bottom in a little spot at the bottom of your pumpkin. Now your lines. I'm going to make zigzag lines underneath my stem, just 3 zigzags. And then I might erase the other lines that I got, the creases. See, it looks like a pumpkin stem. It's a rectangle with a zigzag line underneath it. Again, please don't get frustrated. We are just practicing making pumpkins. On the right-hand side, a little bit up above the bottom of the paper, I want you to put a line on that side of the paper and then on this side of the paper. If you look at it, it makes the pumpkin look like it's sitting on a table, because that line makes it look like your pumpkin's not floating anymore. Without the line, it kind of looks like it's floating in the air. Sometimes that's okay, but today I wanted to talk about lines too. So we've got some straight lines that we're going to have as our table, some zigzag lines that are the bottom of our stem. And I think we could use some curly lines to be the vines on our pumpkin. Those curly lines can go off the page. Here's another curly line. I could do a real big curly line. So enjoy creating your pumpkins. You can color your pumpkins in orange or yellow. If you have brown, you could make your stem brown, or you could color it in green. Take your time, color inside the shapes. You can make your lines on your pumpkin red. You can make the pumpkin itself orange, change colors, make it orange with some red lines on it. What I would like you to do is just take your time, color inside of it. We're working on getting strong muscles in our hands. Tracing the lines, that's a little tricky too. Tracing the lines, trying to go slow and steady, draw right on top of that pencil line. If you have an orange crayon and you wanted your pumpkin to be a lighter color, you could do a light orange color. I think some of the crayon boxes have yellow orange, which means it's a little bit lighter. Oops, I came outside the lines. I might trace my pumpkin stem with a dark green, then color inside of it light green. Trace my loopy lines with green crayon. You can make birds in your sky. You can make grass. Instead of a table, this could be like you're outside and this is grass. I kind of like to make zigzaggy lines to look like it's grass and fill this in. You're going to take your time today and draw your pumpkin using ovals for your pumpkin, rectangles for your stem, the zigzag line for the bottom of your stem, loopy lines for the vines, and straight lines for the grass or the table. Please enjoy yourself, don't get frustrated, and enjoy.